What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm going to go over some helpful things that I wanted to go over here on Delta Force that might help some of you guys as you guys are playing. So, without further ado, let's hop right into it. So, first off, the Battle Pass. Now, one of the things in this game that I'm not a huge fan of, if I'm being completely real with you, because you know that's how I do it around here, man. No matter what it is, I'll keep it real, no matter how good the game is. And one of the things that this game does, and I'm not a fan of, is the Battle Pass XP cap limit. So you can see right here, there's a weekly limit, um, and right now it's at 150,000 for the week, meaning you can only get as many levels as that gives you. So 150,000 XP, I believe every rank is 10,000. So you can do the math on that and kind of give you kind of an idea of how many ranks you're able to acquire. So not a whole lot. Now, the reasoning behind this apparently is to keep people from no-lifing the game. Um, and at the end of the day, that's a great idea because that's for them because it keeps you on the game. But as a person who just wants to play the game and get all the gear and use it, I think it's really dumb and something that I kind of wish didn't exist. My personal opinion. But there is a way around it. So even though you level up is locked at 150k, you can still receive levels by other means, by either buying it, or as you can see here, I beat the Battle Pass, and I'm now working on the bonus Battle Pass beyond the Battle Pass. Here, if we go back here, here's the final reward right here.
Don't
But
don't call me mister.
there is one
Call
way
me
to get
Doc.
around it. So let's go over that real quick. So if we go here to the events, and we go over here to, I believe it is season? No, it should be special. Here it is. So you go to these. These are called the Operation File EXPs. These are 10,000 Battle Pass XPs per one. Now, if you're logging in every day, from I believe what is it, August 18th, I think it was. So from this one here all the way to today, which would be this one right here, the 40,050. Or 4050th. This is going to give you a lot of levels. This is what got me past the last 60 levels or so. So if you're trying to get to the tier 80 and you have Battle Pass purchased, this is going to be the strategy right here. Okay. There's still 3 more left in this pass, and I believe it does reset because this goes to September 22nd. So I believe this does reset at some point. Now, some other things that you might not know. First off, the commission platform. This is a system that you can kind of gain stuff off of. For example, if you are doing the logistics, which is basically logging in and getting all these rewards, um, you can actually see here that there is tons of rewards you're getting. Now, for these, which is the LMDs, these are for these 2 weapons. 8,000, 8,000, one's for M4A1, one's for the Card 15. But you can also use the red parts as well as these blue parts to get job characters. So we can do here, recruit, post. Now in 30 minutes we're going to have a character available. For the bronze slot, it's 13 hours. For the silver slot, it's going to be 1 hour, or I think it's like 3 hours as well. I think the other one's 24 hours, if I remember correctly. And what these will do is you'll be able to get characters. And these characters will either give you these credits right here, the tactical armament vouchers, or they'll give you LMDs vouchers. So you can get either or. And when it is LMD, it's usually 300 or so, which is pretty cool. So other things that you can do here in the special tab is you can keep track of a bunch of different things. Okay, so you have a bunch of free LMDs. Like right here, you can see I just accepted this. Now that's gonna get me just points that I can't use because I've already maxed out the pass. But you can, we get a bunch of tokens here for this as well. There's a summer store. There's a bunch of other challenges that you can just check out around here, man. There's tons of them in here. If you want to get the new gun, I believe the new gun is in one of these boxes somewhere right around here. I believe it might be a different one. I believe I might have already got it, so it might not be appearing. But there is a new gun, the new AR that you can get as well from these contracts. So just keep an eye out for it as well. As you can see here, there's also this main reward, which I've already gotten all the rewards for this specific adventure. So really don't have any reason to open these other than getting some free boxes. Let's see some other things. If you go to market, market is a place where you can buy master crafts. If you play Call of Duty, these are basically what these are. They're master crafts. These are like the high-end blueprints. And so in this game, you can get them for free. You can get them from playing the game and finding mantle bricks and opening mantle bricks, or you can buy them flat out with money, or you can convert real money into these credits, and then these credits you can buy the blueprint flat out. These are very, very expensive, so unlikely that you'll see me ever do them. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you real quick that you can kind of go in here. You can purchase one. So you can purchase for 78. And now we have a purchase order in the system. Now that probably won't do anything, I don't think. From what if I remember correctly, we can go here to the mail. It's going to give us back some points. We can go here to mantle brick. So it did give us a mantle brick for that. This anime variant. So we can go in here. I have one key, so I can go here. Boom, open.
System online.
I'm gonna skip the transition, and we got this blueprint. So it's kind of like a supply drop system where you're kind of getting in a bunch of options, and you get randomly selected one of those options. But it kind of just depends on the mantle brick. So you can see here, there's tons of rewards that you can get here. All these camos that you can get, or you can get this one, but this only has a 0.3% dropping. So it's pretty rare to actually find it. So, but they kind of have that as an option for people who want to grind it or don't want to grind it. It's kind of up to you. Another big thing that people are talking about on this, and this is why I'm doing this video, because I've been doing some research on my own, trying to figure out what a lot of this stuff means, and I've had to just learn on my own. And so there's different ways to do different things. So here in the collections, you can actually see all the camos for each individual category you have. Now down it, I have quite a bit of camo just because I've been really grinding, and so I've been really getting season battle passes and stuff done. For example, see like there, I want the sniper rifle variant to have this blueprint. So what I can do now is I apply it. So when I go in here to my snipers, it'll be all my blueprints. This is a really nice feature. If you want to set up with the blueprint attachment to come with the actual gun camo, then you can actually do an option to hit that it basically puts on the attachments that's on the blueprint. But you don't have to. This is something I think Call of Duty needs to try to do in the future, and hopefully they do. Now go back to collections. There's a couple other things you can do here in collections. You can choose your knife, so you can see all the different knives they have. This one's really cool, and I'm looking to hopefully get this soon, because I think that's a fire knife. But you can also see upcoming knives, like this Karambit is either not released or has yet to release. Or is going to be releasing soon, but you can see it, which is pretty cool. If we go to items, you have a list of items. So you have supplies. These are going to be all the crates that you have access to here on the operations as well as warfare mode. As you can see here, I have a shit ton of these saved up, as I don't really use them all that frequently. We also have the access section, which is going to have advanced safe boxes and all that types of stuff as well. We have the others, which is going to be all the XP tokens that we have, as well as our quantum keys, open mantle bricks. We have charms, and you have a bunch of charms to choose from opening the equivalency of the mantle bricks, which is I think like ignore bricks or whatever for the specific charms. And you can actually do something really cool, is you can set them as default. And this is something I wish Call of Duty had, because they always release a shit ton of charms, and it's really annoying to find a charm you want, or to put it on that gun for every gun in the game. So what this game does is allows you to just do it yourself. So for example, we really want, let's see, we want this charm, Crystal Fantasy. What you do is hit default, select all. You can hit it here, or you can hit it on the bottom of the screen right here. It'll tell you the controller to hit, button to hit, and then you hit set as default. Now every gun in the game is going to have this charm on warfare, and you have to do this again for operations. You have to do it again because they're separate modes, but that beats having to do it 60 something times because there's a lot of guns in the game. So this helps you kind of beat that method, which I think is pretty cool. Now we also have something called the Deluxe Weapon Workshop. Now this allows you to do it for both charms and weapons. And what you do is basically say we have 3 of these green guns, I believe it's green, or based off colors if I remember correctly. So you have 3 green, you put 3 green in it, and you can you have to put, I think, a certain amount in. And then you can transfuse them into a better variant. So for example, I don't think it'll let me do it now, but I'll show you guys. Yes, you need 20 of them. I don't know why it says it right here. I'm an idiot. So you need 20 of each color, of all the same color, sorry, from my understanding. And then you can confuse it into making one epic or legendary variant. And this goes for each color. So there's like blue camos, purple camos, green camos, legendary camos are orange, rarity. And then there's another rarity as well. But you can easily confuse these. This is something I'm still learning how it all works, because I haven't really messed with it all that much. But that is something you can do as well to kind of help you get those deluxe weapons that you really haven't kind of unlocked quite yet. Then obviously here you can see all the mantle bricks. So these are the 2 mantle bricks that are currently available for this season to get this AUG, as well as this this turbo brick, which is for this charm. But you can also see here there's a bunch of other guns. This one's apparently the most wanted gun in the game, apparently. But I don't know. I think there's some cooler ones out there than this one, in my personal opinion. But that's collections. Let's go to the store real quick. I'm not sure if this will pop up in video or not, because I know PlayStation doesn't like showing stores. But basically, you can come in here and see all the weapon bundles you have access to. As you can see, I actually do own these 3 guns. I actually got these for free. I have no idea how I managed it, or I would tell you guys. If I knew how I did it, I would totally do it again. But yeah, basically that bundle for some reason was given for free. I think they're offering all 3 of these for free, and you could choose one. So let me know in the comments down below if you got anything about getting a free bundle, and if so, what did you do to do it? Because I would love to see either if I could replicate it, or if I could at least know so I can make a video for you guys that don't know. But in here you can also see mantle bricks. You can also see the prices if you want to buy 10 of these at a time, which I think is, honestly, in my opinion, probably the better option. If you're going to buy these, just buy the 10 packs every single time right off the bat. It's going to be cheaper in the long run. Because there's not a lot of rewards. If you go to the prize pool, there's a lot of rewards, but like not in insane amounts. If you buy 10 at a time, you're going to get half this list done pretty much right off the bat, as long as it doesn't throw any other weird shit in there. And you can see here there's a bunch of cool guns in here, skins in here that you can get, other than just the 2 main big ones. But up next we have the deals section. This is going to be a nice little section for people who are looking for some cheap things. You have what they're called in this game, Delta tickets. Yeah, Delta tickets. Those are like the mid currency between Delta coins and everything else. So they're like the medium based coins. They're going to be used for bundles. So when you buy buy Delta coins, you're going to need to transfuse them into Delta tickets in order to buy a bundle most times, which is, in my opinion, just an extra layer of stuff that doesn't need to exist. Like, I feel like they could just do Delta coins for anything that's purchasable, in my opinion, but you know, it is what it is. But you can see here there's a couple free, cheap bundles, like $3 bundles. Pretty cheap, in my opinion. Not too bad. There's also the a quantum coin. You can get 1 per week. You can see here I own this variant. I spent like $5. I think it's like $4.50 or whatever it is for this one. So it wasn't too bad for Delta tickets. Let's see. Armory. Armory is something as well that's not talked about a lot. Armory in this game is very, very similar to the armor we had in Modern Warfare 3. But in this game, you have to do challenges in order to earn the current items that you are tracking. So for right now, I'm tracking the new SMG. This is the last projectile weapon in the game I need currently, other than the crossbow or compound bow. But I'm not really worried about the compound bow because I know I've used it in the beta and it's not that great. But this SMG I want to get just because it's a bullet gun, and this should be the last one I need. But you can see here there's tons of options in here that you can get. I've already gotten some guns unlocked through mobile and playing. But there's tons of options in here. And each one has its own challenges and stuff. So definitely worth messing around in here. Vehicles, you can see all the vehicles in the game, all the ones you have access to here in the full launch. And if you want to modify them, you're more than welcome to through this menu. Here's all the operators. Pretty simple stuff for the most part. Some other things that I think are pretty cool to mention. If you want to change from ranked and non-ranked, all you have to do is hit this. Or, I'm sorry, don't directly hit that, but you can see a little button right here. You just tap it, and it unlocks it for you. So, it's also right down here. It'll be on this bottom of the screen. For modes, you can click on it. There's a bunch of options for modes. For inviting people, one big thing I should notice for inviting people is it's currently broke. So one thing you're going to have to do to invite people, and what I've been doing with my friends, as you can see here, a couple of guys I do play with, is you're going to have to hit this button. You're going to have to find their Delta Force gamer tag. To find their Delta Force gamer tag, have them tell you whatever this is. This right here. This right here. And that you put into the search bar. Bam, put it in, you hit search, their gamer tag will pop up. You're then going to add them, which is going to be this little symbol. And once you add them, you can hit the invite button, which will be right here when they're online. That is how you're going to have to add people. Right now, Sony invites do not work. We don't know why. It's either a glitch in the game or a glitch on Sony's end. It is unclear at this time, but it will not work. So. Another thing you have to do is make sure you have your crossplay turned on or off depending on the other person's setting. If you're both using it off, you will play. If both of you have it turned on, you'll be able to play. But if one of you is on, one of you is off, it will not be playable. So just keep that in mind. Some other things. The pass, you can actually see all the rewards in the pass in a list form if you prefer this route. It's very super easy to do. I'm going to let you guys know so that if you guys are like not wanting to have to scroll through the list, you can do it this way. It's a little bit simpler to see. And this will tell you on the top right corner, will tell you the rank, as well as if it's a premium item or a free item. It will also tell you what mode it is. So if it's an operations item or a warfare item, it'll tell you as well. Pretty cool. And that is pretty much everything in the warfare mode. So let's hop over here real quick to operations. Now, operations is kind of similar in the sense
I'll bring you
items.
back.
So I'm not going to go over a lot of the stuff that's different. I mean, that's the same, sorry. But there's a couple things that are different over here. So in the collections, obviously you have the same stuff as you did before. But now you'll be able to see and use a lot of these crates depending on whether or not you want to use them or not. So for me, I've been saving them. I've only been using them if needed, just because it doesn't make sense to waste them. For the stash, you can sort it like this, how I have it sorted. You can also set up how you want to store it in the actual editor, like the settings, and then you can change how it's ordered. I think it looks better this way, having the clothing, high-end valuables, guns, etc. And yeah, it just feels much better in my opinion this way. You can see I also have some collectibles as well. Now these crates, I think you get these crates through challenges that are just out right now, so you just have to look. You can see here, you can see the money up here, the Technic alloy. I've currently about 6.6 million currently stashed, but you can get a lot. I've seen a guy with $1 billion already, so you can get tons of this, and this is going to be stuff used to buy things like guns, clothing, ammo, and items, etc. When entering any mode, so Zero Dam or any of these modes, you will have to look at the map level requirements. For example, this requires no entry cost, no entry value. It's difficulty easy, level required none, and you have about 30 minutes. But you actually notice that you cannot enter the site without or with gear any higher than tier 3. So anything higher than tier 3, you cannot enter with. I don't know why, but it is what it is. And obviously, the higher the rank or higher the difficulty, the higher the rank will be. So, for example, normal, you have to be ranked 12 in order to gain access. So keep that in mind. And vice versa for this. But this one on easy requires level 6. So you will need to be semi-high rank in order to gain access.
This place is full of cutting-edge technology.
Like some of these places are locked for an hour, available 1 hour. Backish, which is a new one I just unlocked because I was level 15 now. So this is a newer one that I just unlocked. This requires an entry value of 187,000, and you get 30 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. So very simple, self-explanatory. And obviously you have your black site. For your the departments, this is gonna be like your mission section, and yeah, kind of just mission challenges, rewards, etc. Here's your supply station. This is going to allow you to make and craft stuff, etc. Auction. This is where you're going to come to buy things, sell things. You can get pretty much anything in the game here, as you guys can see here. You get attachments, ammos, collectibles, meds, key cards, etc. Skin, same thing from multiplayer. You can just tap this button. But obviously, for some reason, won't let me rank on this mode. So, but if you can hit that button again to rank you. Now, in this game mode, you can also do armory, or not armory. Instead of armor, you have a gunsmith in this mode, and this mode allows you to basically pre-set up guns so that when you buy guns, from my understanding, they should save. You also can do camos. As you guys can see here, all my camos are preset for the guns that I own, and from my understanding, these do save even if you do no longer own the gun. So just keep that in mind. The pass is all the same here. There is some stuff different with the events. Just simply, you have more events to choose from or less events depending on the day, as you can see. Now, like I said before, I did complete the DLC weapon somewhere in here. I don't know why it's not popping up now, but it is in here somewhere. You might see it on your end, and I don't set it my end because I've already completed it. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. The last feature I'll talk about is a Squada feature. This is like a server browser, but it's for groups. So you can server browse, you can do this on Warfare, and you can do this on Operations, and it helps you just find players to play with. So that's pretty cool. If you're wanting to know your stats, click on your gamer tag picture down there. Now this is going to show you your seasonal event stats, but you can also change it to season overview and year overview. So just remember that you can just switch between the two, and you can do this for Warfare and for Operations. You can show your history, see what your past games were like that. You can see I've been having a rough time the last couple of days. And then you get down here and you see all these bonus, these successful ones, including this match right here, which was a crazy match, 1.9 million, which was pretty crazy. You also do your details. This will show you your in-depth stuff. So we can go season 5, we can go overview, and that will show me your overall stats. You can see here I have a 6 KD, which is not terrible, to be quite honest with you. You also see your survival rate, etc. We do this for Warfare as well. I have a 1.5 KD. My KD's dropped since the beta, the full game's released on console. My mobile KD ratio is a 1.8, so I dropped it to like 4.5 almost, just because of console sweat. So big rip there. You can also do account achievements, and you do this for Warfare and Operations. And this is like little achievements you can unlock, which are pretty cool. You can see here, we go to Warfare, that I have a couple done. I got this one done. And you can kind of go through these if you want and do them. There's quite a few of them. So also we're going to be able to customize your entire picture system. And you can see there's tons of customization things available. But I have a bunch unlocked as well. You can kind of choose from which ones you want to use. Here's your calling cards. Pretty self-explanatory. You have some titles here. I do not have any of these unlocked. You may or may not have these unlocked depending on your time played. Like this one's a Semper Fi. This title shows proof is your explanatory files. This is an honor status thing. Then we got some Season 5 stuff here. Season 5 Field Marshal, Season 5 God of War, and we have the Veterans Glory. So, pretty cool stuff there. Badges. You can also do these if you want. There's quite a bit of options here. I like to put these on, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But it's kind of just up to you. And that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much some of the stuff I wanted to cover. I'm going to go into depth in some other things in the future videos, but I wanted to get this kind of just basic information out that I think people who are covering this game really aren't covering, in my personal opinion, that needs to be covered more going forward. So, hope this was helpful to some people, and if it was, leave a like, subscribe, like, stuff down below. If you have anything to add to this that you think I missed that's kind of crucial information, let them know down below in the comments, and you may never know, may just get, in the next video, you never know. So, yeah, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.